Hi, from Bogota, Colombia. Today is February 9th, 2024, and I'm here in Bogota, and I'm here. It's my fourth day here, and I watched tons of different videos before I actually made the decision to come here, and they helped me a lot. And I decided that maybe I'm gonna say something about my own experiences here, and maybe it's gonna help somebody else to set up their mind to come to Colombia. So I gotta start from the beginning. I arrived at the airport, uh, and my plane was 6 in the morning. Um, it was about 1 hour for me to go through all the customs. There was big lineup. But entrance was just brief conversation with the with agent, and because I'm Canadian, then they took me apart and made me pay entrance fee. I think it's $85. Um, After that, I just cleared the airport. Uh, I was lucky there was somebody here to meet me, but even without help, I would just hail the taxi there. I don't think there's any reason to, um, to do anything with Uber because there's just plenty of taxis, and I guess you negotiate with them. And negotiation could be quite easy. You can, if you don't have any Spanish, then you can figure out with the fingers, um, how much it's going to cost you to get you to your destination. I got Airbnb. It's in a relatively good area. It's in Chipinera Alta, which is just south from Chapinera. Uh, I am Major intersection here is Carrera 7 and Kaja 60. I choose it on purpose because it is relatively closer. It's just closer to the downtown area, to all major attractions there. And because I like to walk, then it takes about 1 hour of a good walk for me to get downtown. And if I were to get Airbnb somewhere in Chapinera, which is Kaji 70 plus, that would have been, a longer walk. I really didn't want it. Uh, it might make sense, to find accommodation in 70s and up streets because it's just a better area. I didn't have a chance to go there yet, uh, but I'll go there tomorrow because I have free time. I sort of explore all the major attractions here, and now I can spend some time exploring north of my location. In the first day, I went to I walked to a gold museum. It just somehow I didn't plan it. It just somehow naturally happened because as I was walking downtown, I saw that you know there it is, gold museum. So I decided to visit it. It was an incredible experience, and I strongly recommend this gold museum. I think from everything I've seen so far, it impressed me the most. It's really interesting. There's lots of interesting stories there. Um, there's some information available in English as well. So even if you don't have any Spanish, then you still can learn a lot about um conquistadors and about where the gold was coming from and about how much of that gold was here. And I guess despite everything that Spaniards managed to uh, take down to Europe and melt, there's still plenty of very interesting pieces left, and you'll definitely enjoy your time there. Uh, the thing is about weather in Bogota. You need to know it's overcast right now. On the way back, it was around like 3 to 4 in the evening. I got under really torrential rain, and it wasn't very pleasant, especially because my accommodation is a little bit uphill, and I was literally walking through the mud rivers, because there's a lot of small parkettes, and just it was overflown, so uh, the dirt was just coming down the streets. Um, but it was inconvenience and kind of get me in a bad mood. But everything's fine. I came home and I dried out, and things were looking better next day, to the degree that it was actually sunny in the morning, which so far rarely happening. I didn't plan on that sun, so I got somewhat burned. Um, but my next day, I started to use a sunscreen lotion, and hopefully, it's this thing's not gonna progress, and I'm not gonna peel anytime soon. In On my second day, again, I walked downtown. I walked to Simon Bolivar Square because that's where was my free walking tour. Um, Even though it's free, but you still pay. They recommend the site that I went to recommended like 50,000 pesos, which translates to about uh, like not quite 20 Canadian dollars. So, and I was happily paying, and I happily paid that money because the lady who was guiding the tour was very interesting. She told a lot of interesting things that you actually don't have ability to learn on your own. She showed us some markets, and it was overall very good experience. Again, it was a day that I walked forth and back. Um, I used the same uh, Carrera 7. I got a little bit more familiar with this, and even though along the way I passed through some, in one of the parks, there is like a big um, campground for the people who don't really have any other accommodations. So you see, like, there are large tents, uh, self-made, and it was horrible because like from some of those tents you could see smoke coming out because it was early in the morning, and nights here are relatively cold. It's like around 10 degrees, so I guess people who live in those tents, they needed to warm it up. And I don't know, it's not very pretty scene, but you pass by and actually nobody kind of bothers you. I didn't really want to go inside this tent city because I don't think it's really safe there. uh yeah, on my second day after the walking tour, I went to National Museum. uh, okay, it was National Museum. I think, if you have time and you want to go somewhere, that it's interesting how Colombians trying to preserve their history and show things, how they lived, and how life was here, and actually how life is here now. It's very good that they're preserving it, and it's very good that they showing it out as well. That was my second day. On the third day, it was the most challenging of the days because I decided that I'm gonna walk all the way up to Monserrate. Um, I was given good tip how to access Monserrate entrance without going through favelas, which not something that you want to do. I can tell you the way to do it. First, come to uh, Simon Bolivar Museum, and from there you're just going up, and this way you bypass a lot of not very friendly neighborhoods. Um, you have to, make sure that you save here, and I guess the only way to save here, to be safe here, is to make sure you don't end up being in the wrong place. Um, so if you see, if you walk somewhere and all of a sudden you see The houses are sort of made from pieces of bricks, and instead of windows, they have plastic. You might not want to go to this neighborhood because these neighborhoods are ruled by their own sort of rules, and you might not fit nicely there. Who knows? You might even get uh, robbed, or I don't know, kidnapped, even worse. Uh, my fourth day, I decided actually to up the challenge a little bit, and I decided to go to uh, botanical garden, and that's was a pretty long walk, especially because I went there kind of one way, and I went through the uh, very interesting areas for me, actually, and I was kind of very pleased. I got some very beautiful gardens. Um, I passed by a beautiful library of Bogota. Uh, I sat down there a little bit on the bench just to enjoy myself a little bit. Um, and then I proceeded to Botanical Garden in Bogota. I can't say the Botanical Garden was such a great place. It's still work in progress. There was a lot of working people, and I would say at the whole museum, I paid like 25,000 pesos for that, which is about like 10 Canadian dollars. But I don't think it was worth it really. But I think it's still a good idea to give the money to that organization, because I hope you give them a little bit time and they're gonna build it to something even better. What I want to say, I guess that's what's really important, is like I was walking all the way, and I really didn't feel any danger, and at no time there was any kind of strange confrontation between me and some other people who might want something that I wouldn't want to do. So it was safe, or at least I perceived it as safe. I don't know. It could be fool's luck. Who knows? But one way or the other, it was about like I overall today I did about 20 kilometers of walking, and all I can say is that it was good, and it was safe, and I made it home. And along the way, I saw some good grocery stores. I saw some good restaurants. I went. I had like a cup of coffee, um, and I bought some veggies as well, and fruits, because when you're in Colombia, I mean, you really need to enjoy uh, the local goodness, and that's about it. So it's so far, I'm 4 days here, and I'm very happy that I made it here, and I'm gonna keep explore Colombia. Um, I'm here for another few days, and then I'm gonna take a bus to Armenia. That's gonna be interesting adventure. Uh, Everybody says bus could be risky, but from my research, because I'm in the middle of the country, and I'm gonna travel like from Bogota to Armenia, from Armenia to Medellin, and it's all in the middle of the country. And my understanding is that this area is a safe area. So I just gonna keep exploring, and hopefully I just gonna enjoy it here. Um, I'm gonna do some more, so watch it. Even if you don't like it, just put the thumbs up, because I'm new in this YouTube business, and I hope that what I say gonna help somebody. Uh, and by the way, uh, when you come here, especially in Bogota, there's lots of places that gonna take your credit card, what they call tarjeta. Oh, sorry, my memory. I guess it's tarjeta. And from what I saw, exchange rate, on the credit card was much better than what I managed to get here from exchange windows, because they're not. Uh, anyway, they're a little bit shady here. So yeah, and that's about it. Have a good day, everybody.